Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. I did not do this to her. She made this the intro to this TikTok. So I want to go ahead and see. Apparently, there's more tea behind the woman that got rejected when she met up with somebody and then he kind of like was done and just left. So maybe we're going to get more into the lore of what happened. I want to see and I want to react to it. This comment says here, this is what she's responding to. It says that was actually mature of him. Why fake it, then ghost her later? The only confusing thing to me is, did he not see pictures of you before the date? So let's see what she has to say. I'm here for the tea. I want to know.
Because, wow. Good morning. Of all the videos that I've posted on the internet, this is not the one that I expected to get all these views. And this is no hate to this comment. Please do not be mean to this person. I just want to address it because I was asked this so many times. I make it very clear on my dating apps that I am plus size. I use lots of full body.
I figured she did. I really figured she did. Most people do. Most women especially do. I told you guys, this is a trope. So this is something that is, unless if they're like really weird or something, most women are not going to fat fish, so to speak, in my opinion, today. It's been too much of a thing. It can still happen, but if I had to guess, did a woman do it or did she not? She probably didn't. Does that make sense? That's my opinion, because it's become such like a stereotype that I think a lot of fat women don't want to do that.
Full body pictures on my profiles, and I also tell them that I'm a plus size girl and that I'm probably bigger than they expect. I don't use filters. I don't use filters on dating apps. I don't use filters on here. Sometimes I will turn on beauty mode, and for full disclosure, I did have beauty mode on yesterday, but I don't use filters. Another thing, I didn't have blush on yesterday. I literally haven't been wearing face makeup since May because I went to the beach a lot and my foundation doesn't match and I can't afford a new foundation just for the summer. And so I haven't been wearing anything but eye makeup for months. I understand that it's difficult for everyone to date. It's not just that I'm bigger that it makes it difficult. It does suck to be fat in dating. And I have done a lot of work to neutralize the word fat. So when I say fat,
We know what that means, you guys. What does it mean? It means she's probably involved in fat acceptance, which means that there's probably some toxic ritualistic mindsets going on behind this, which I've told you guys is a huge barrier to dating. Huge. Massively huge. I speak from experience. Is probably one of the worst things. And what I mean by that is the letter E followed by the letter D. It has been probably one of the most disastrous things in my dating life. I can only scream it to the mountaintops and to the rooftops and to everywhere. If you are struggling, this could be why. I will just say that, because they always go to, oh, well, it's just the way I look and this and this and that. And it has nothing to do with anything else. It's far more than skin deep. I still guarantee you guys, this woman has probably had options and she's probably ruined them. I'm just going to say that. I know that's brutal, but it's probably happened. She's probably had situationships, relationships, exes, etc. And it's probably all just fallen apart for various reasons that probably go back to this issue. So I'm still standing by that. Let's see what she says.
please understand I don't mean ugly. I do think that I'm very pretty. I've spent this entire year trying to love myself again because I just came out of a 2-year long toxic
Okay.
relationship that.
Oh, man. And why was it toxic? Why are you putting up with it? Why were you in it in the first place? Did you make it toxic? Was he toxic from the start? Was it never going to work? Ding, ding, ding. Let me tell you guys, for all the girly pops, if you have this issue, it will ruin your ability to choose a man because you cannot think clearly. You cannot process. It's easier to take advantage of you when you're in this toxic ritualistic state, when you are doing these behaviors, when you have these mindsets. I think it has to do with the psychological damage of denying your own culpability in your weight, because it is something that has to be constantly reinforced. And this idea, like, for example, that weight is genetic, that your eating behaviors are not connected, etc., all those different things, you have to basically brainwash yourself into it on basically a day-by-day basis. And it makes it very difficult to stay in reality, particularly in dating, because it's a little harder anyways, because there's hormones involved and that kind of thing. So for most people, they get butterflies in their stomach when you have toxic ritualistic issues, mindsets, behaviors, etc. The letter E followed by the letter D. The hormones make you choose somebody that is never going to freaking work ever. And you just choose it because it's another form of causing yourself pain. I hate to get that deep with it, but I have to, because it has to be said. And she is totally confirming what I thought. Totally.
Where I kicked my ex-boyfriend out of my house in November. And so I've spent this whole year working on myself, physically, emotionally, financially, mentally, all of it. And I've come a long way. I had just finished telling my friend walking into the restaurant how much I've improved and how much I love myself now versus at the beginning of the year. I just kind of started dipping my toes back into dating a little bit ago. This was just a vulnerable moment that I put out on the internet because I am very vulnerable here. I want other girls to know that they're not alone. And so I share a lot here, and this was no exception. I didn't expect this to get more than like 200 views. I do really quickly want to say that I have an incredible mom. I know in my response video to that meaning comment, the last line I said was, I had a mom for that. My mom got everything right in raising me, except for my relationship with food and relationship with my body.
I don't care what people say. It's highly heritable. Heritable, I think is the word. I don't know. I think I misspoke, but it's highly, 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 in my opinion. I think there's such a huge genetic predisposition to it. And then there's also the cultural aspect that is also part of it. It still requires trauma, usually significant trauma or chronic trauma. If it's less severe, it has to be chronic. And what I mean by that is overworking for years, right? That kind of thing could activate this. But it still has to be activated, but it's there. And the hardware is there. It can be activated. And it sounds like that's what happened. Sad.
But I was raised in the middle of a toxic diet culture, and
that's not what it was. It was the genetic predisposition and the trauma prior to developing the issue.
My mom got everything else right, and I'm very close to her, and I love her very much, and so I do wish I would have edited that part out of the video. But I think a lot of other women my age can probably relate because they were raised in a similar climate. This person was respectful of my time. I will agree with that. However, when he pulled me outside of the...
I need to just reinforce this point. It's not the culture, it's the trauma. Because a lot of people go through that same culture and they don't develop these issues. We have to keep it real here, okay? I'm going to continue to hold the line on the truth, but let's go ahead and continue.
Restaurant, there was a group of about 15 people waiting for their tables to be put together to go inside. And so there were less people inside than outside of the restaurant at this point. So it would have been less embarrassing to just tell me in the restaurant than to pull me outside in front of those people. And I knew some of those people. And as I walked away, because I didn't sit there and try to have a conversation, when he said, I'm not feeling it, I said, okay. And I started walking to my car, and then I heard him say, I'm sorry, it's your weight. So he confirmed it.
So he did confirm it. She should have said that in the video. I will say there's a little bit of skepticism because it's said after the fact. I think she should have said it in the original. I get it. Maybe she misspoke. Maybe this, maybe that. Who knows, right? But we're going to go ahead and take her word at that. So it is confirmed.
Other than getting raped and murdered, this is kind of a worst case scenario in dating, right? You get out of the car and you're like giving yourself the pep talk to walk up there to
being rejected. It's horrible. I agree with her there.
This stranger, and you're like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Oh, he could walk away as soon as he sees me. But that like actually happened to me.
Or I could be rejected. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's that part is, yeah. I'm with you there. Girl.
And this person, we've been talking for a couple of weeks, and we talked on the phone for 3.5 hours the night before. And I told him again on the phone that I was plus size, and that he told me that that wasn't a problem for him, and that he didn't think that it was fair that I felt the need to keep saying that, just so that he was aware. Anyways, I am so thankful.
I think a lot of times when guys hear that, they assume still that you're smaller than you are. So I think it's... that part is tough. I don't really have an answer. I'm sorry. You know. Luckily for me, I'm in the gay world, obviously, and gay men are very, very scrutinizing on your size. So they know exactly how big you are. If you post a picture, they know. They know it. They feel it in their soul. They can tell, etc. If you post a picture on a gay profile, they're going to know how fat you are. They're not going to meet you and be like, because they already examined the whole thing. So that part, that's definitely, you know, not the case in hetero guys. I don't know what it is. I think they just, maybe, I don't know. They just always assume that you're smaller. I don't know why. That is a weird thing. I should look into that more and see. But it's weird. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Obviously I'm not doing straight dating. So let me know why you think that is the case. But it seems to be a lot of times where fat women will say to a man, I'm big. I'm bigger than you think. I'm fat. And they still don't believe her. Or they don't believe that she is. And then they meet her and then they're like, oh. So I just want to know. I want to know what that is.
To all of the wonderful comments that I got, I am blown away by the kindness of strangers constantly. I've never felt so mortified than when I was walking back to my car yesterday, and I've never felt...
I thought she was going to say mortified than when that video went viral, but that was just my thoughts on it. But I'm just kidding. That was what I was projecting, because I would have been kind of horrified, honestly, myself. But sorry, that was a little bit of projection for me. But no, I do feel for her in the sense of that is like such a guttural moment and is very sad.
So uplifted than when I woke up this morning to the thousands of comments telling me that I was beautiful and that I was worthy. And I don't need people to tell me that I'm worthy. I know where my worth comes from, but it doesn't hurt to hear it either. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because wow. Good morning.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just check if there's anything else worth covering. If not, then I'll be back. Okay, so I thought that this was interesting. Let's just see, because one of you guys was commenting about the outfit. So I just want you guys to see what she wore so that you guys can judge. Please share your thoughts. I'd love to hear them.
Hey, girl. Since I recreated my date look, I thought I could show you the full fit. So, first, a moment for the earrings. They have bows on them. I got them on the TikTok shop. And then, obviously, I got my bow. Again, you don't have to be a bow girl, but I am a bow girl, and I like wearing them. But this is what I wore on the date. I wore this navy dress. This is what it looks like. It is big group friendly. Most of my clothes are going to be. I got this on the TikTok shop as well, so I'll be linking it here for anybody who is interested in it. Okay. Most of my clothes do come from the TikTok shop.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, I wanted to just show you guys, I guess, to get more context on it. I didn't really find anything else because I did see her response to like a hater comment, but it was kind of lame. It's kind of toothless. Sorry, girl, you don't really have the witch going on. You need to work on it if you're gonna do all that, because that was just, ugh. I mean, look, it's right here. Okay, I was ready, but okay. Let me show you a little bit of the toothlessness. One sec.
That my profiles are literally pinned to the top of my page. At least I have pictures posted and videos posted. You don't even have a profile. You're literally faceless. Are you even...
This is toothless. I'm sorry. But as a witch, I'm not impressed with this. This is really, really lame. I'm sorry. Super, 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 super lame. This is a very lame way, in my opinion, to handle a hater.
Real? Are you a bot? Who would fucking know? I would like my $100 now, you absolute fucking loser.
Why the jump cuts? You gotta get in the flow. If you're like trying to witch out, you got to flow. That's a part of it. You're casting a spell. You're going and going and going. And your tone is off. No.
The amount of comments that you've left is embarrassing, to be honest. It's who has the time? Who has the time to take out of their day?
That would have been more effective if you would have just like added it and not thought about it. But even that, it's just not the best. I'm sorry. Let me think. Okay, let me try to like witch out. Let's do this. This is just for funsies, okay, you guys? If I got to comment something like this, I think I would say, okay, there's two versions. There's non-problematic Alex version, which I would be like, I probably just wouldn't respond. So it's boring. We don't like it. We don't like non-problematic Alex. It's too boring. Okay, if it was witch Alex, I would be like this. Be like, why didn't you check the profile? I have it up. Are you too lazy to do that? You do enough typing to type this out, but you can't just look at what's already there? That's what I would have said. It just comes natural. It comes natural. See, it has an edge to it. The tone is important. The tone has to be there. Your tone is off. You don't even have to be like that vicious with it, because the comment itself isn't that vicious. And so it's kind of lame to even respond to that. But, no. Do you see what I'm saying? It just isn't it. It isn't it.
To troll a human that they don't even know. You don't even know me.
It's not that much of a troll. It's just like a joke. You need to like choose something else, or like, I don't know. This just isn't. I'm just upset. This is upsetting me. Okay?
But you know what? We're going to sit here until the whole entire minute ends.
You have nothing to say? No. Rejected. You need to go back to witch school. That was horrible. Go back to Hogwarts. That was horrible. That was horrible. And with that, you guys, I'm going to go. I hope you enjoyed this. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of your day, night, etc. Peace.